Welcome back. It looks like a Greek holiday could be on the cards for some Britons this summer, but only if you've been vaccinated or can provide a negative COVID test. Under the UK government's roadmap for easing restrictions, foreign holidays for people living in England could be allowed as early as the 17th of May. But potential holidaymakers will have to wait a little longer to find out where Greece falls in the government's travel traffic light system, which will categorise countries based on their COVID risk. Professor Dimitrios Buhalis is the Deputy Director of the International Centre for Tourism and Hospitality Research at Bournemouth University, and he joins me now. Professor, thanks very much for being with us. I mean, who needs Greece when you've got the Bournemouth Riviera there, as we can see in the image behind you? But what is Greece saying about opening up its tourism to UK travellers?
Well, Greece, like most Mediterranean places, actually the whole world, would like to see tourism coming back and enjoying all the resources and the wonderful places that we've got. And Greece is ready, basically, to start inviting tourism after the 15th of May. So the government has announced that tourism will be allowed after the 15th of May.
And what are the criteria for tourists being allowed in? What kind of proof, what kind of testing, vaccinations would you need to show?
I think there's talk about in the European Union in general that there are three conditions: either to have gone through COVID, so therefore you've got antibodies, or you have got the two vaccines and you've got some kind of certificate that demonstrates that you've got that, or you've got a PCR test 72 hours before you arrive in the country. So those are the three criteria, if you like, that will allow people to go. Everybody can actually go, provided that they've got the antibodies or that they've got the PCR test.
What we don't yet know, of course, is how that's going to work in terms of vaccination certificates, that proof, how we show our status, do we?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, for the time being, I was vaccinated the other day and I've got the card that everybody has got. And eventually we're going to have two of those things. But I also asked the nice people who were doing it to put my information on the yellow book, what we call the WHO, the World Health Organization book with all the certificates, and they've put that there. So I've got two kind of proofs that I've got the first vaccination and I'll have the second one. And then when you look into your NHS record online, there is a record that you have done the vaccine. So I think all the governments around the world, they are looking to how they're going to be able to make sure that this certification is, the fact that you've got the vaccine can be certified in a secure way, so governments will know that you've got it. But if you look into your NHS record, it is recorded there. So some of my friends that they had to travel to Greece a couple of days ago, what they did is they asked for their doctors to actually print their GP to print the certificate that they've done the vaccination, and then they stamped and they signed it. So there's an authority that officially demonstrated you've actually done the vaccine, and they were allowed to travel with that.
So Greece saying UK tourists will be welcome. What we don't yet know is where Greece will fall on the traffic light system and whether or not UK tourists can freely go to Greece. If we are allowed, what will we find when we get to Greece? What will it be like in terms of the kind of restrictions that people might be under still?
Well, most of the what it was demonstrated from last summer, it was that people could have a very nice travel experience going to Greece and enjoying what Greece has got to offer. And I think this is what you will expect for this year, having the experience from last year, enable the country to open fairly safely and understanding the health protocols and what we need to do. But I think it's critical also to explain to people that it's a responsibility for everybody. It's a responsibility for the travelers as well to make sure that they follow the advice and they make sure that they actually do what we need to do. So the masks, the distancing, all of those things that we're doing everywhere in Bournemouth or wherever, we'll need to do wherever we go. And therefore, I think we're all in this together, and we need to learn how to operate in this together. But in reality, what Greece showed last year, it was that could operate tourism very effectively, and the industry understood the protocols, and they did a fantastic job in providing excellent experiences to people.
And for a country like Greece that is so reliant on tourism, how important is it that tourists get the green light to go?
It's absolutely critical and important because obviously Greece has got a lot of islands, have got a lot of places where they depend on tourism, and all the livelihood of people depends on tourism. Last year, tourism was about 7.5 million compared to 34 million in 2019. So as you realize that a lot of people would like to come back. The good news is that I've seen some statistics from Fort Worth Keys that they are demonstrating that that Greece is doing really, really well as far as bookings are concerned, and their willingness to travel much better than some other destinations. So we very much hope that we'll all be able to travel safely, and we're going to enjoy some wonderful summer holidays this year. And there's another thing I need to tell you is that something that's called revenge tourism, that a lot of people would like to do double the holidays because they may have not done it last year. So we'll see that as well.
Yeah, they've been saving them all up. Professor Dimitrios Buhalis, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now, a quarter